Hello, everybody. I want to follow up. 2 weeks ago, I posted that I was going to put out some of my yarn reviews. Two have gone out. One for that, for the chunky cakes, and the other for Red Heart Ombre, which I have blankets for around here somewhere. This month, I'm going to be doing the Stroll Gradient, which looks like that. This particular one's icily bright, which I know is not what you guys are used to with me. This is another one, also pretty bright. Third color, really pretty. And the last color, there you go, black and white, a little bit of gray. So those are the ones I'm going to be doing next. You may have noticed they're super tiny because these are fingering weight yarn. So these are intended for socks. I am not making socks. I say that now. I might make a sock, or I might make socks out of this. I have two of this. I might make socks out of this color called Pet Rock because it is pretty, or I might make a single sock just to show you guys kind of what a sock would look like out of this yarn, and then I'm going to make some other fun stuff. I've kept up with the change I made last time to my bullet journal with my tracking pages, or tracking page with the charts, and I moved around some things. I have a couple more things to test out this next 2 weeks, and then somewhere around Easter I will tell you how that is all going. I have 3 new blankets that I just made. One is this one. It's a little bright. It's a little perky colored. There you go. It's a nice baby yellow with a gray and a white. And then another one, also baby yarn, which is gray and orange and white. And what you hear in my background is my husband cutting onions. And then this one is in progress. It'll have the same kind of pattern with, all of them have the same basic pattern. If you see them on my Instagram, they have 6 rounds in the middle, 3 rounds, 3 rounds, 6, 3 rounds, 3 rounds, 6. And it turns out really nicely. It's a really nice pattern. I'll show you in the orange because I think that's the nicest looking one of this round group. There you go. And it's a nice granny square. I like that pattern a lot. It works out really great for baby blankets, for my office, and it works out pretty quick, and I can do it during meetings or while I'm watching TV, in the car, really pretty much whatever I want to do. I can have a project going at the same time. You may have noticed in the last few that I videos that we pretty much eat gluten-free, not necessarily dairy-free, but dairy-less, and I am moving to a mostly keto style where you get down to about 20 grams of carbohydrates, but out of the gate it's 20% of your diet's carbs, 30% is protein, and 50% is fat, and you can get it down to a much smaller amount of carbohydrates. I'm starting off just getting rid of processed sugar as much as I can. Not so much for weight loss, so I'm sure that would be a great side effect if that were the case, but mostly just because I want to feel better. And I really feel like I don't feel really good these days. Actually on a Facebook post, one of my friends did about that same concept, keto diets and not having as much sugar. A bunch of us were talking about the cost of being gluten-free and dairy-less. And honestly, it doesn't have to be very expensive. It can be if you're doing a lot of substitutes for your pasta and things like that. So I started doing some calculations, figuring out about how much per serving we're spending on different foods that I make. So I'll be posting that write-up for what we did in February and March soon, kind of some of the basic foods that we eat. I did switch up my workout. I've added bridges and 3-way leg extensions in the mornings, leg extensions with my squats, and bridge opposite my my planks. So I've added that just as an extra way to get a little something else in. I have hip pain. It stems from having my son, so I'm hoping that all of this will kind of work with that. am designing a new blanket pattern. It's a really nice ripple, so that video will be out as soon as that pattern is done. It'll be a free pattern. You'll be able to get on my blog and watch the video to kind of get the idea of what's going on with it. Then the Gex shoe liners have not come in yet, so I don't know quite what they're like. I'm really hoping they're going to come in soon. I have to check. I haven't seen anything come in from them to do my online account. And I also learned, before I let you guys go, that you shouldn't do pasta in your Instant Pot. At least not a lot of it. I've seen a lot of recipes where pasta is part of your dish in total, and that's probably fine, but don't just make at least gluten-free rice pasta in your Instant Pot. It is the starchy stuff that comes out when you release the pressure, not worth it. Or I suppose you could probably do it, just don't do it as a pressure cooked item, just cook it normal without the pressure cooking, just on like saute or something, because it really it made a huge mess in our kitchen. It was not fun to clean up from. Other than that, our life has been fairly boring. Though right now, though you can't see outside and I can, we are getting quite a bit of snow. They're calling for 5 to 8 inches, so we may all be snowed in tomorrow. And then I'll be back in the office hopefully Thursday. A nice snowed in day is great. Gotta love a day stuck at home where there's nothing much to do but your office work and hanging out with your family. Maybe go out and play in the snow, make a snowman. Thanks guys, I will talk to you in 2 weeks and have a happy Easter.